The Victorian government has confirmed it is banning TikTok on government devices following moves from the Commonwealth to do the same. Live to our Sky News political reporter Joel Philp. Joel, what do we know about these bans? How do they work?
Well, Laura, the Victorian government has confirmed what the federal government won't at this stage, that both of them are going to be restricting the use of the TikTok app on government-issued devices, with the Victorian government saying it'll be doing so as soon as possible. Here's the state's Premier, Dan Andrews, confirming it.
We made it very clear that we would wait and see what the federal government's response on this issue was. They've made their position clear based on security advice. I'm not briefed on the detail of that security advice. That might be something that's provided to National Cabinet at our meeting later on this month. The release and the discussion of that security advice would be a matter for the Commonwealth Government. But we will, as we had indicated, we will follow the national policy settings, because it's most important, I think, when it comes to these issues of national security, that wherever we can, we have one policy, we have one framework that operates across our country.
A broader ban on the app within the private domain, like what is being considered in the US, is not expected to be applied here in Australia. But Federal Government Services Minister Bill Shorten, well, he is quite popular on TikTok, and he says that he'd be happy to stop using the app entirely, even in a private context, if it were for the greater good. Here's what he had to say about the Albanese government's direction on TikTok.
The government's yet to formally announce a position, but there is a legitimate concern that the information on TikTok is being harvested by the Chinese government. So we need to make sure that government devices are secure. So we'll wait and see what happens in coming days.
Still tight-lipped there, and I've been making some calls this morning. No one's willing to confirm what's happening at this stage. But in the meanwhile, Shadow Cyber Security Minister James Patterson, who is in the US for meetings, says that he's quite surprised at just how long it's taken for the government to take this action.
In my discussions while I'm here with members of Congress and officials in the administration and defence industry, many of them have been puzzled and wondering why Australia is so out of step and so far behind.
And TikTok has rejected accusations that it is a concern and a safety threat to its Australian users. Laura?